Welcome to the Strategic Oracle, the transmission space where timing meets soul and wealth begins with the rhythm. Let's begin. Happy full moon. Here we are in the early part of August 9th. It's at 3:57 a.m. Eastern Time. We are on the heels of the Lion's Gate for 8/8, and I'll talk about that in a moment. And we're also in that right, almost sort of maybe, Mercury's going to turn direct on the 11th. So it has always felt to me that Mercury is already direct by the time we hit this full moon, but that's not true. And actually, we're really thankful for that because here Mercury has been retrograde, and it's been retrograde for a few weeks now, and it's been in Leo. So Mercury has spent this entire time in Leo. And so when Mercury is in Leo, Mercury is very vivacious and social. And he grandstands, right? Like he's kind of, hand on his hips, and he's just, throwing his head back, and he's like, I am so awesome. I am the best ever. And then he goes retrograde, and he's kind of lost his footing. He wants to shout from the rooftops, and he wants people to hear him, but it's getting distorted. What he's speaking, he doesn't feel deep inside of himself, and he's kind of looking around asking what's wrong. This is your mind. Your mind is looking around right now and saying, what's wrong? Things are right, but they're not exactly right. There's something that's off. I can't figure out what it is. When I'm talking to people, it's like I'm playing a game of telephone. And so if you haven't been experiencing this, yay. If you have been experiencing it, then this full moon is going to be, I don't want to say a reckoning, but it's kind of a reckoning. It's for you to really choose. When you're standing on that stance, whether it's a stage or on the top of the mountain or wherever it is you're standing, and you're saying, I want people to see me, I want them to hear me, and I want them to know me. Is that really true? Or do you want them to see, hear, and know an image of you that you want to convey? Because I would say that that's really probably 90% of people on Earth, that, we want people to see us in the best light. We want to have a certain level of accomplishment or success, or we might want to be having certain characteristics that we're known for. And yet, deep down inside, those may not tell, and most likely will not tell the full story. And so this full moon comes, that full moon in Aquarius, right? The moon is in Aquarius at 17 degrees. The sun is in Leo at 17 degrees. Begging you to be true to yourself. Aquarius is all about you breaking the mold and shedding the expectations and resonating in your own frequency. So you're hearing me start talking about like what signal. I don't like to use the word vibe because I think that it's too shallow of a word. Frequency feels very science-y. I've been using your signature now for years, and yet I want to be announcing that I'm shifting to deeper work. We're going beneath the noise, and we're really getting to the truest essence of who you are, because the new era does not accept anything different. So this is why, if things have been working and they're no longer working, or if you've been doing things and they no longer fill you with passion, or you're looking around and you're saying, wow, the landscape has gotten really crowded, and so now I'm getting hit by the noise for people who are just performing better than I am, absolutely not. That is unacceptable. So the remedy for this is for you to be so incredibly, brutally, rawly, bravely honest with who you truly are and what you absolutely desire. And when I say you, I'm talking to your heart and your soul. I'm not talking to your mind. You're not going to affirm your way out of this, or write a mantra, or set an intention, or think your way through this. So I'm sorry, wise strategist, you're not going to be doing that this month. You haven't been able to do that now since the middle of July, because Mercury doesn't let you do that when he's retrograde. That's his whole purpose. So yes, the little trickster and that messenger that we love to love and have issues with, right? He's here saying, yes, but I give you at least 9 weeks a year that your brain can go and sit on the sidelines, because your brain desperately needs a rest. Your brain has been put in a too forward position, too much pressure, and it can't handle it. And so it doesn't. And it can look in different ways. It can look like those irrational thoughts. It can look in the self-doubt. It can look in the confusion. I mean, that your brain, your mind is given too great of a task. And now the stars are saying, absolutely not. We're giving you so many opportunities to get into the essence of you. Where's your heart? Leo is all about the heart. Where's your heart? Aquarius is all about freedom. That unbidden, unchanged, wild essence of life. The boldest place that you've ever been. But Aquarius is all about doing something completely new without any safety net. And so you might say to yourself, I'm a risk taker. Really? Really? Let's measure that. How risky are you willing to go? Are you willing to pull like literally the ripcord out of something and fling yourself off of a cliff and say, I have no idea where I am and I have no idea where I'm going, but I know that this is the right thing? I am. That's what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm throwing spaghetti at the wall out there in social media because I really don't know how I want to say things. I have word salad in my mouth when I start explaining what I'm doing. I've taken a massive pivot on the heels of launching a book. And so I've changed. I'm changing. I'm going through that metamorphosis right now. I don't have the luxury of being a chrysalis right now because I do have a commitment to this podcast and my blog and obviously, of course, always my clients and the groups that I'm running, but also the people that I'm collaborating with, the messages that are yearning to be out there. And so I'm showing up. I'm a little gooey right now, and I'm really not that articulate. And it's messy. Am I willing to take the risk? Absolutely. Am I a huge risk taker? 100%. So you're seeing it live, real time. Ask yourself how risky you'll let yourself be. I have said no to so many opportunities in the last month and a half, actually almost 2 months now. And nothing's filling it. It's space. It's silence. Because I'm looking at what is the truest signal that I can be sending here in the new era without over-explaining, without dragging people to it, without trying to persuade or convince people. That's not actually on brand for me. That's actually not who I am. And yet, how can I be out sending a message or being a light or a beacon for others when all those things aren't true? Here we are. Hello, full moon. Hello, Mercury retrograde in Leo. How do you want to be seen in the world? What do you want to be known for? What utterances do you want to be true? How do you want to wear yourself for the future? And so here we are. And there's a blast of reality with this because it is so incredibly close that Neptune and Saturn conjunction, that kiss that they're going to have, and it's going to hit exact on February 20th, 2026. It is so incredibly close right now. Same degree, just different minutes. That's the only reason. Minutes. We're talking about big, huge planets. We're talking about minutes. And then when we look at this incredible support that we have, Mars is supporting, but he's supporting by pushing you off the cliff. Thank you, Mars. Pluto's supporting, but Pluto's supporting by really asking you what's true and making you not be able to walk away from it at all. Uranus this is his happy place right now. He is gleeful when he can knock your feet out from under you because you've gotten too comfortable. And you've gotten too comfortable and they're not really even your shoes. That's his thing. So this is but it is so incredibly supportive, but it is a huge point right now. And then we also have Mercury opposite Pluto making us question everything in a very big way. You're not questioning and I'm going to be a little facetious right now. You're not questioning what to have for lunch. You're questioning like, wow, why am I doing this? And again, your mind is getting involved, but Mercury retrograde in Leo says, not for your mind. Absolutely, now is the time to go meditate. If you want to talk your way through this, talk your way through it with somebody who can speak to your soul, somebody who doesn't have an agenda, somebody who doesn't ever allow you to lie to yourself. Because those lies are taking you on a trajectory that is not yours. So there is tremendous support in the cosmos right now. Like, I can't even tell you how supportive this energy is. I can try to describe it, but it is absolutely so incredibly deep. Your heart and soul already know it. It doesn't need descriptors. And when I look at that 17 degrees, there's that infinite balance, is that beautiful rhythm and cadence of that prosperous flow. Because we're in the season of prosperity right now. This is the time of harvest and of bounty. And yet it doesn't feel like that. It doesn't feel like that because it doesn't feel lush and flush and growing and expanding. It feels the opposite of that. It feels like you're shearing away parts of yourself that you thought you needed. And the time right now is to say, oh, I guess I didn't need that. I guess that isn't even mine. Wow, it feels like mine, and I really wanted it, but nope. Okay, I'm going to tell you something. I have pulled the book off the shelves. Spent a year and a half, $10,000 in actual cash, written the best piece of work I've ever written in my life. Had a beautiful book team. We hit all the numbers. We hit everything we wanted to hit. We hit. And yet I'm in a different place right now. I'm in different rooms. I'm having different conversations. I'm doing things in the 9-figure level. And it wasn't like, oh, gee, the book doesn't really match. I'm okay with that. I was fine with that. The book is authentic. It was, wow, you build a system based on that, and you have so much leaky energy that you're never going to be able to scaffold, ever. Got to seal the system. Oh, I thought I wanted that. I thought that was mine. I thought that was the direction. Huh. Now what? I'm being bold right now. I hate talking about personal stories. I especially never, putting my business hat on, would never recommend saying this in public when it's not complete. And yet I'm doing this to be an example, to be a role model. Because how can I stand there and say, gee, you have to share parts of yourself and then not share how I'm doing it myself? So here we are. Lionsgate, so beautiful. Sirius is right up there. Beautiful northish star. Not actually, but it feels that way, like fixed, never, ever moving. Oh, wow. We can get the truth of who we are in this moment. Beautifully between this, like the sun right now in Leo, it is perfectly positioned to say, huh, what is it that I'm not looking at right now? How can this mirror be mine? So I know in the online world we talk about manifestation, and yes, of course. I mean, of course, it feels luscious. It's a full moon though, so usually there's a celebratory piece to this. There's a like, hey, we've reached a certain plateau. Where are we on this? Where do we want to go next? And what is it that we want to let go of that's no longer ours anymore? This is the time for that. Then this Sirius right in the sky saying, I am going to be the luminary for you that is going to shine so brightly that truth is here right now. We're on the heels of that right now. So that's why I want to take full advantage of this time. So without talking more, I'm going to go in to a ritual with you and reminding you that as we opened the energies of August, we started stirring this building tension throughout the month. We have these 2 big star configuration, one on the 11th, one on the 28th. And I only want to talk, it's in the forecast episode. And so you can go to listen to that if you want to hear more. The only thing I want to say is that Uranus is at the center of this. Uranus is dancing with Saturn, making dreams into reality, but it feels disorienting and unsettling. Then Uranus is with Neptune. That's where that dream reality comes in. But it's in Aries and it's in Gemini. So what is that big dream? And how brave are you? What steps can you take? So the oracle card for the month is Shine. Let's be thinking about that. How can I shine within? And how can I shine without out in that world? We have the skunk as a spirit animal. So there you have like the self-worth standing with all your stinkiness, standing and saying, here I am, being proud of who you are. We have aquamarine for courage, and that's where we're going to start the ritual. As we bring in the flower essence of pine, that beautiful self-acceptance of here I am, these energies harken back to the 2021, 2022 wrangling that we had when we first got those initial steps outside of the new era. Here it is. Here we are right now. Things are new, but they're so new the world doesn't even know they're new yet. We haven't even taken the breath of it. So we started taking the first breaths in 2023 and 2024. Now here we are taking those first steps. So how do we want to step in? So let's close our eyes and take a deep breath in and allow ourselves to go down into our heart space, feeling our breath, feeling our heartbeat. Going beautifully down into our bellies, down into the earth, staying grounded. And in our mind's eye, we can see what's happening in the world. But we allow ourselves a degree of separation. We literally put a moat of aquamarine around ourselves. We want to sprinkle some pine or envision some pine trees around us, not to hide, but to be able to shine through them. But tucking ourselves in just a little bit. Because this is about the philosophy, the approach, the meaningfulness of your life. And in equality and equanimity and in unity with your mind, your body, and your spirit. How can you shine brilliantly without giving up who you truly are? How can you be so raw with your own truth and be brave enough to stand in it, even when it's messy or it's stinky? How do you allow your heart to not just be spoken to in the quiet times or those intentional ones, but to let it lead in your decision making and to actually connect to your soul for discernment about what is right and what is not right for you. So if you're lucky enough to get one of my books, there's so much information there. And for right now, let's stir in our bellies and in our souls that beautiful signal and frequency of the wise strategist. Whether you are one or you have that in you, loving that terra firma, that groundedness, that beautiful foundation. And even when it feels like it's slipping away, you are firmly footed within. You are infinite. So pine, the flower essence pine would be perfect for you right now. So let's envision pine trees, their scent, and let them be healing for you right now. And then when we go into the intuitive visionary, loving expansion, but it's not here right now. So being challenged, we only got a little breath of expansion, which seems like a pause and a moment in one breath. But it was enough because now we're making things real. So stepping into the aquamarine to have the courage to not be distracted by all of the ideas coming at you, to let them go. And for you, ruling warrior, to stand in that shining oracle card and say yes with an open heart and connected to your soul. for things that replenish and restore and revive you. That's the name of the game for you right now. And for you, Cloud Explorer, to walk hand in hand with the skunk world. For you to let people see your true scent and accept you, regardless of how they react to it. And then creative superstar, dancing with the sun and the moon, allowing yourself the freedom and the permission to be original. And then loving alchemist, going deeply into those gorgeously deep questions that Pluto is bringing to you right now. Allowing your wisdom to answer instead of your mind. There is peace and there's calm, and there's acceptance and allowance. It's only when you're true, whatever that definition is for you, you are an original, and allow your originality to shine brightly. It can be quiet and soft. It can be loud and it can be proud. If you're a natural disruptor, beautiful. If you're a natural expert, perfect. If you're a celebrity or an influencer, in the rhythm and the flow of that. If you're a shifter or an adapter or an analyzer or a leader, whatever is true for you, allow yourself to be you. This full moon comes with boldness and bravery. It's fiery. It's very, very fiery, but there's a beautiful element of air here too. But that makes you float. So allowing yourself to be grounded within you, your core masculine, of focus and of strategy and of taking the actions and the right steps. And yet that beautiful feminine flow, that fiery creation, that airy give and take, that reciprocity and that infinitive, beautiful embrace with prosperity. Let yourself take some things in and let yourself let some things go. Let yourself celebrate your accomplishments and let yourself be true to what it is that you want to do that you haven't done yet. And accept it. Be in the acceptance of that. And with that, the sun in Leo and the moon in Aquarius, beautiful luminary embrace of you. Taking a few deep breaths in, giving great gratitude to the stars and the earth and the skunk and the pine and the aquamarine and all of the energies that keep you safe and connected and belonging and help you reveal the greatest parts of you. So as you open your eyes, you wiggle your fingers or your toes, you rub your hands together, maybe give yourself a hug. Go back to the space and let your true signal be the way you come out into the world. Happy, happy, happy full moon. You've been listening to the Strategic Oracle, where success isn't scaled from speed, but from soul. If this stirred something real, follow it. Apply for activation, enter the vault, or pause right here. Integration is leadership too. Because the truth is, you were never meant to chase the timing. You are meant to become it.